Hey everyone, welcome to the Tavern. You may have noticed a few new changes around here. Everything's looking sharp. Hang on. Hey, Nigel, what did I tell you about stacking pans like that? You're gonna bring the whole tavern down. Honestly, I hire the guy to cook, not reenact Demolition Derby in my kitchen. Right, where were we? Ah yes, the critics. Let's dive into why these so-called experts keep giving perfect scores to games that honestly aren't all that great.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Why do these clowns keep giving amazing scores to total while shitting all over games and movies we actually enjoy? It's like they're living on another planet where up is down and is gold. Seriously, what the is going on in their heads? And let's not forget, when they're bashing the living hell out of games and movies that fans absolutely love, it's almost like these critics wake up every single day and ask themselves, how can I piss off as many people as possible today? Well, congrats, you're nailing it. Nailed it. Let's dig into some prime examples of their absolute, shall we? Remember Halo 4 and 5? Critics were all over them, talking about how they were redefining the franchise and praising 343 Industries like they reinvented the wheel. But gamers, they were like, is this even Halo anymore? Where's the soul? Where's the magic? And what the hell is this multiplayer? But hey, they got those high scores, right? So I guess it's perfect.
Oh, well done.
Critics sure have a funny definition of masterpiece. And don't get me started on Star Wars The Acolyte. The critics were practically f***ing each other off over this one, giving it the perfect scores while half the fans were ready to riot. Plot holes the size of Texas, absolute joke characters, and a season ending that makes you want to scream out the window. But sure, we'll slap a 9 out of 10 on it and call it a day. And in comparison, you have the Joker. Critics were clutching their pearls, calling it dangerous and problematic, while audiences were like, hell yeah, give me more of this. It went on to become one of the most successful R-rated films ever. And it's almost like people actually enjoy a good storytelling.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Speaking of up reviews, let's talk about Concord and the Black Myth Wukong games. So Concord comes out and gets a 7 out of 10 for critics, who must have been high as and it barely lasts 2 weeks before the servers get pulled down. Meanwhile, Black Myth Wukong, an actual good game, yes, it's not a multiplayer, it's a single player, but is actually a good damn game, gets lower scores but outsells most AAA titles. What the hell are these critics smoking? But seriously, why are these critics giving the sloppy to these terrible games and films? It's like they're so far up the publishers' arses they can't even see the screen anymore.
You all got your heads so far up your butts, you can't even see the light of day.
Maybe they seriously need to back up a few inches and take a deep breath and actually play the f***ing game. Are these people even playing the games? Or are they too busy trying to impress their hipster friends by f***ing on anything popular? Concord was a steaming pile of but let's give it a 7 because it's ambitious and for the modern audience. Some like that. Meanwhile, a game that actually is fun and well made gets dragged through the mud. Totally makes sense, right? And let's not forget the political agendas and the brain dead takes. When did game and film reviews stop being about the actual content and start being about how many woke points you can score?
I love how woke it is in here right now.
Forget about the gameplay or the storytelling. What really matters is how well you're towing the line. Seriously, some of these takes are so fucking stupid. They make a rock look like a fucking goddamn genius. When you care more about being politically correct than honest, is there any wonder everyone is tuning out? And let's talk about another favorite tactic of these morons, calling anyone who dares to dislike a game or movie a misogynist, racist, or even a Are you kidding me? Did these idiots not learn anything from The Boy Who Cried Wolf? When you start labeling everyone who disagrees with you as a bigot, you're not just tainting the waters, you're hitting in the goddamn pool. Look, not everyone who dislikes a game or movie is some kind of secret racist or misogynist. Sometimes the game just fucking sucks.
This is bullshit.
But no, let's just call everyone a bigot. That'll fix it, right? Jesus, it's like they want people to stop taking them seriously. And here's the kicker. When you throw around terms like that all the time, you make them meaningless. Then, when actual racism or misogyny happens, no one gives because they've heard it all before. Congrats, assholes! You've managed to ruin any credibility you had left.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Critics need to realize that constantly crying wolf isn't helping anyone. It's just going to make them look like a bunch of out-of-touch clowns who can't handle genuine criticism. If they keep this up, soon enough, nobody's going to listen to a goddamn thing they say. So it's no surprise that people are actually turning to audience reviews instead. Sites like Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes have become a battleground where fans and critics duke it out. And guess what? The critics are losing big time. People are sick of being told what to think by a bunch of elitist douchebags who don't even seem to like games or movies. They want real opinions from real people, not some high horse lecture from someone who clearly is more interested in scoring woke points than actually reviewing the content.
What kind of is it?
So I put it to you, audience, have journalists and critics become too political? In my opinion, of course they have. When your reviews sound more like a political manifesto than an actual critique, maybe it's time to reevaluate your priorities. Nobody is coming to your reviews to hear your take on the state of the world. We're here to find out if the game is worth playing or if the movie is actually worth watching. Look, I get it. Everyone's got opinion and some people feel the need to shove their opinions down everyone's throats. But maybe, just maybe, people are tuning out because they're tired of being lectured every time they just want to relax and enjoy some entertainment. Just calm the down, take a step back and talk about the goddamn game. Is that really too much to ask? Which brings us to this moment, the collapse of trust in games and film journalism. Critics have backed themselves into a corner where fewer and fewer people are taking them seriously. When you're more concerned with pushing a narrative than being honest, you lose credibility faster than a shitty game loses players.
What happened?
And who would have thought it, right? When you constantly get things wrong, insult your audience and shove your own agendas down their throats, people stop listening. It's almost like these critics are begging people not to take them seriously. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a bartender. So is there any hope for gaming and film journalism? Well, maybe. If they can pull their head out their asses and remember why they got into this in the first place, to share their love of games and movies. But until then, I'll be over here with you guys, trusting my fellow gamers and film buffs over some brain dead critic with a checklist of political points. It's time for journalists to wake up, take a step back and actually engage with the content and their audiences, because people want genuine, unbiased opinions and not a lecture on what they should think. Because at the end of the day, we just want to play our games, watch our movies without someone telling us why we should or shouldn't enjoy them. We want to laugh, cry, rage, and cheer based on our own experiences, not because some critic tells us what's acceptable. So here's to the punters who keep it real, the gamers who don't give a damn about politics and reviews, and the moviegoers who just want a good time. To all the critics out there, maybe it's time to take a break, play a game, watch a film, and remember what it feels like to just enjoy something for what it is. Thanks for hanging out at Reggie's Tavern today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more rants, reviews, and real talk. And hey, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think gaming and film journalism can bounce back, or are we better off trusting each other? Until next time, keep it real, keep it fun.